So I just got informed that my package is here, and we all know what the package is. This is going to be another Boot Wizard. Let's get this filmed, unboxed, recorded, and uploaded in one day. There it is. So, of course, Nike box, ordered direct from Nike, and they've just arrived. I ordered them on pre-order, so I was hoping they'd get here earlier, but you know, one day after release isn't bad. Welcome to the studio. This is the current studio. I'm gonna set up so that we can get this unboxed. What's up guys, I'm James and welcome to Boot Wizard Boot Reviews, and today, of all days, I can only be doing one thing: unboxing these. So this is a Nike box. You know what came out recently, you know what's in the box, so we should just get on with it. We'd like to say welcome to absolutely everybody who's watching this on Instagram. We have an Instagram live going right now so that people can see this being unboxed as it happens. The video for YouTube will be going up a little bit later. So do remember to like this video, remember to get subscribed to the channel to get all of this good stuff first. Let's just get it out of the box, shall we? Here we go. So, I love these pull tabs. Ready? Here we go, listen. Yeah, that is the sound of goodness in a box. We're gonna give a little sneak to the Instagram live guys here, just on the end of the box. Oh, yeah, how are they enjoying that? And for you guys over on YouTube, whoop, I love these custom boxes. Yeah. Let's get this out. Here we go. Slide. Here we go. So, completely custom Safari print box with that orange Nike swoosh on one side, classic Nike logo on the top, and for anybody that's interested, that's the label. There you go, Instagram people, that's the label. So let's get these unboxed. Oh, orange internal with, so it's reverse, orange internals with the Safari print swoosh. Fantastic stuff. Oh, it's even got Safari print paper. I don't know if this picks up well enough on the camera, but the paper is actually Safari print as well, which is amazing. Okay, we're gonna tease the boots for a little bit longer. We're gonna get the string back out, which is down the bottom. There we go, none of that. Get to them in a minute. There we go. Custom string bag, as expected from Nike. Complete Safari print all the way around, and the Mercurial logo at the bottom there. I think that looks pretty awesome if you ask me. I'm a big fan of that. All right. You all came here for Safari boots, so let's do Safari boots. Open the box again, second time. The guys on Instagram have got a sneak peek. And for everybody else, here they are. The Nike CR7 Special Edition Safari. What's the official name? Vapor 13 Elite CR7 FG. Not that exciting, there's not even got Safari in the title, but these are actually better in hand than I was expecting them to be. These look fantastic. So we've got the Safari print that runs all the way around the boot. Obviously the big orange swoosh, I think that looks fantastic. We get Safari print laces. Now, if anybody was kind of around when the original was released, Safari print laces were a big deal, like a really big deal. People were taking them out of the boots and putting them into shoes. So to keep the Safari print laces is very important, I think. Mercurial branding on the back, also orange. The smaller swoosh on this side, you've got all your ACC, Flyknit branding, all that kind of good stuff. And then the sole plate, of course, you get the 360 design, so the Safari runs all the way into the back, and it has a very similar setup to the Korea Mercurial. So if we put these side by side, you can see that they both have this kind of transparent forefoot to both of the stud housing, both of the stud pods, with a more iridescent finish in the Aerotrax plate, which looks really, really cool. So it's almost an exact design, just with a couple of color changes. So I think that looks really awesome. I'm going to say something controversial. I think that the Mercurials, the Korea Mercurials, are better looking than the Safari Mercurials. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Instagram, let me know in the comments there which one would you go for. I think that the Korea Mercurials are better looking than the Safari Mercurials. Controversial. These have all the nostalgia value in the world, but I think these look better. All right. I've got ahead of myself. Let's back this up just a little bit. So there is a good chance that a few of you watching this don't know why these boots, why this box is so important, why it's so cool, why Nike have even bothered releasing it, why this isn't just any old CR7 colorway. And we're going to give a tiny history lesson here. So, point one, these were originally released as the Superfly 2 in 2010. So 10 years ago, Nike released this boot as a special edition for Cristiano Ronaldo. Fantastic, great news, but it's more than that. So this was the very first ever Cristiano Ronaldo release. So this was his first ever signature boot, the Superfly 2. So to bring that back 10 years later, in very much a future DNA pack style, I think is fantastic. So not only is this a redo of that previous CR7 Mercurial from 10 years ago, which is awesome as it is, that particular Mercurial is actually really important for how kind of the progression of signature cleats, signature boots, just how important they could be, how far people could go, and getting a signature boot for a pro player kind of took a different level. It kind of got elevated with the release of that original Mercurial, in my opinion. So this is a super important boot for, I think, signature boots and the industry as a whole. So that's really cool to see it come back on this 10-year anniversary of it being released. So it wasn't released exactly this time, but this was released yesterday, which is the 17th. And also, I did find this information out from J-Mike on the Boot Nerds podcast. I have to be completely transparent, I did not know this. It was released on the birthday of Cristiano Jr., so Cristiano Ronaldo's son. It's released on his birthday, so it's kind of like a little homage to him as well, which is very, very cool. That's enough history. We can get back to where we were now. Alright, where were we? We were at the actual boots. We've had our history lesson now. So, boots. We've already looked at the details. We've got Safari print laces. We have a Safari print 360 design. We've got that iridescent, very similar to the Korea Mercurial design in the sole plate, which all looks fantastic. But how do these look on feet? Let's go! On feet, another phenomenal looking boot, but for me there is one caveat when you're rocking these, and the Safaris actually, so these are the Safaris, and the Koreas actually, you have to be rocking white socks. White socks, this combination of boot, it's so good, and I don't know, it just screams Ronaldo. Now I've said it before, I'm a Man United fan, so I do have a soft spot for Ronaldo generally, but like, I'm not usually one for kind of like imitating his style or his play or the way he looks or anything like that. I don't have those skills. I am not flash enough for that. But white socks, Safari boots. Yes, please. Yes, please. So much yes, please. In terms of their tech, how they fit, feel, all that jazz, it is identical to what you're going to get from any other Vapor 13 or Superfly 7. Because, yes, this is a Vapor or a Superfly. They're the same thing. The Superfly just has a collar, costs you a little bit more. I answered this in the Instagram live chat. Somebody was like, oh, I got the Superfly, and I'm like, yeah, so I went Vapor. Now the reason that I got the Vapor was because it is a lower cut than the Superfly, and it looks more like the original boot. So the original boot was the Superfly 2, but the dynamic fit collar hadn't been invented, I suppose, then. So the dynamic fit so there was no dynamic fit collar, so it was this low cut. So I went Vapor because it looks more like that original. But I do see the appeal of getting the Superfly, because especially if you have that original boot, you've got the Superfly 2, you've got the Superfly 7, and even though they look a bit different, they're in more of the same line. Whereas I don't own a Superfly 2, so I'm purely just going for looks and the thing that looks the most like that original boot. Anything I would have done differently? Maybe, but only in the sole plate. So this design, it's in the Nike skin, so the ostrich print, which is really what Safari print is. It's designed by Tinker Hatfield, legendary designer. If you don't know about him, you should check him out. He's a legendary Nike designer. And he put Safari print on a pair of basically leisure shoes. So they weren't performance footwear back in the 80s. And he got the idea from an ostrich skin couch. Don't ask me where he found one of those, apparently in a shop. But anyway, so he got the idea. So the Safari print, this iconic print that we talk about, is not as cool as a tiger. This is a tiger. This is an ostrich. Is it less cool now that you know it's an ostrich? Maybe. Anyway, ostrich print all the way around the boot, in the laces, which as I said is super important. And then the sole plate on the Superfly 2, that was originally carbon fiber. So while I would have liked to have seen it look a little bit more like carbon fiber, I'm not sure how you do that without making it look worse or cheaper. So you can make the stud housings black, but then I think it makes the boot look worse. I think this looks a bit better. The only thing that I would like to have seen is this rear section, so the studs in the back here, to be solid orange, to be a bit more like the Aerotrax plate. So that did look like the original Superfly 2. Instead, they're clear with the orange tips. And that is to accent the Aerotrax plate, which is a fantastic accent. So this stands out, this is orange. I would have liked to see the heel be orange, but I am picking. I am finding tiny little details here, because there's nothing wrong with these, they're fantastic. You even get, here we go, let's get the insoles out. It's not very often you get really interesting insoles. I can't get them out, struggles. Insoles. So, you get the CR7 on this insole with the signature there, so that's very cool. And then on the other insole, we get the classic, you've all done this, everybody's done this, even if they're not going to admit it, or if they've done it at home or in a park by themselves and they've hit something top bins, somebody's done this, or we've all done this. The classic Ronaldo celebration pose. I don't know really what you call that, because you know, he does like the so, like it's like he's hyping, like he's pumping himself up like some kind of like Super Saiyan. But yes, you get that on the other insole as well, which is super nice. But all the rest of it, the Nike grip system, everything on the inside, it's the same. I've done so many full reviews of the Vapor and the Superfly that there are tons on the channel. You can click up in that corner, that's my guess, that corner, to see those full reviews. But, because I'm not going to run through the tech specs now, it's exactly the same as all the other boots. Flyknit, high tenacity yarn, soft yarn, really responsive, super aggressive outsole, wraps your foot really closely, go true to size if you're buying a pair. All the information's there. So we're just going to talk about history and looks today. So today I am going to ask 5 things of you lovely viewers. Firstly, this is a lot more freeform than my normal videos. If you've watched some of my other stuff, did you like it? Secondly, if you have watched some of my other stuff and you're not subscribed, get subscribed. If you haven't watched some of my other stuff, just get subscribed. That's number 2. Number 3, drop a like on the video. Number 4, let me know what you think of these Safari Mercurials. Let's get some kind of general consensus. Are they absolutely incredible and the best thing we've ever seen? Are they the best Vapor / Superfly color this generation? Or number 5, which is better? Is the Korea Mercurial a better animal print boot than the Safari? I say yes. I say Korea's. But do you prefer the Safari? Let me know that as well. That, and this is the 5 things I am going to ask from you today. And with that, I don't need to do an outro. So, have a good day. And we'll see you soon.